Hey guys, this is Josh from JailCast. We're back here again, rebooting everything. And I'm here today with William Vabrinskas and Jami, I can't pronounce your last name.
Oh, I mean, nobody can in America. I've had people try, trust me.
Wait, really? I want to see this now. Yep, that's exactly what I say too.
So, how do you pronounce your last name?
Vähäaho. You can try that.
Ah, okay.
Vähäaho.
Okay, close enough.
Fail.
We have some jailbreak things to talk about.
We do. So, from the top, I guess 9.2 is most likely the one that's rumored to be jailbroken.
By PP.
Yes.
PP. Oh god, what a name.
What a name.
Pangu.
Oh, man. So,
when are we going to get a European jailbreaker again, man?
probably never.
That's what I want.
Probably never. You
Who
know?
was the European jailbreaker? I don't even remember.
Pod 2G.
Yeah, that's who it was. He was German, I think.
Oh, nice.
Something like that, yeah. He was the guy behind Evasion. Main
Yeah.
guy.
Was he?
Yeah, and
oh, nice.
Pimskex was also there.
Mm-hmm. But
And he was German, I think.
Oh, really?
Also.
I thought he was
Or something. I don't know what he was.
But maybe Muscle Nerd was American.
Muscle Nerd is American.
Yeah,
Is.
both.
So, anyway, yeah, one of the questions we had on our post was is it going to be released tomorrow? And we have no idea.
Actually, no idea. I
no.
wish we had some sort of, like, insider information, but no.
I'm getting so tired of this. Here's a rumor, and this is what's happening. And maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I don't know.
here's something mentioning the 9.2 jailbreak. Let's give it thousands and thousands of upvotes and hoping that it would help something.
Yeah, and these Chinese jailbreaker guys are notorious for just releasing it whenever it's convenient for them. Like, they don't care about us.
No,
I really think that teasing a jailbreak is so stupid.
Oh. So, are you talking about Luca Tedesco?
I'm just talking, I'm not pointing anyone's name out. I'm just saying, in general, if I was a jailbreaker type guy, who I could do it, I don't think that I would tease it.
Yeah.
I think I would just release it.
Yeah. And actually, just for a sec, I'm going to clear the air on something here. So, a lot of new people coming to the community seem to get these things confused. So a jailbreak developer is a security researcher that is taking apart iOS itself and finding exploits and or vulnerabilities. Actually, they find vulnerabilities that they're able to write an exploit for. And that exploit is what then they can attain root access and, basically release the confines of iOS and install Cydia, so forth and so forth. So there's probably a bunch I just missed from there where I'm going to get corrected.
As a loose definition, I'd agree.
Yeah, and so that is totally different from somebody like William, who is a tweak developer.
Yes.
And you don't jailbreak the phone.
Don't you write tweaks for like an already jailbroken OS?
Exactly.
Yes, that's pretty much what I do.
Exactly. So anyway, now that's out of the air.
Yeah.
The elephant in the room there. But anyway, so yeah, let's. I guess. What do you guys think about NightShift on the 9.3 beta?
Flux.
that's what he thinks. Flux.
I mean, immediately when I saw it, like on the Apple website, I just went Flux.
Yeah. I think somebody, it was funny, said on whatever, something I read, where it was like, Apple is just telling them to flux off.
That's great.
I love it. Oh, man. Yeah, so we're actually recording here for the second time. We got about 10 minutes in before, and we had to start over. But we've
Thanks to
already
me
talked
and my
about all
stupid
this.
audio issues
That was no one's fault.
It's all good. But yeah, so we all kind of were talking about it, and I think I am okay with NightShift as long as they make it as good as Flux. But what were you guys thinking about it?
I don't think it's going to be as good as Flux. I mean, Apple likes to take ideas and then kind of simplify them.
And just make them work. But in a more simple fashion.
It.
And I'm sorry for cutting you off.
That's okay, go ahead.
But, I mean, Apple's idea is, like, taking things and making them work, but, like, cutting a lot of the features off so that it just works and doesn't need to be tinkered with so much.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It's just, I'm going to turn this feature on, and then I expect it to do exactly what it says it's going to do. But I really like the ability to adjust certain things with Flux. I mean, I haven't used NightShift exactly, but Josh, you've used both, right?
What's that, NightShift?
Yes, and Flux.
I have never used NightShift. No, I just.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah, I've just seen it and looked at it and whatever. I haven't seen it with my own eyes, but for me, as long as it does what it's supposed to do, like, because basically with the whole technology behind this and the science behind it is blue light will inhibit your body's production of melatonin. I'm pretty sure I got that right. And melatonin is what tells your brain to go to sleep, basically.
Yes.
And so the idea behind Flux and all of these warming softwares is they tone down the blueness of your screen and make it more orange and red and essentially warmer.
And make you sleep better.
And you can produce more melatonin and actually go to sleep. So, but the whole thing behind this is we shouldn't be looking at any screens for about 2 hours because there's still blue light in a warm screen. So
yeah, but there's less blue light.
There is, yeah, and don't get me wrong. As long as it does that, as long as it helps me go to sleep, I don't care where it is.
Quite frankly, I have become so dependent on using my phone before bed that sometimes if I can't use my phone, I'll get like anxiety, and I won't be able to go to sleep.
That is funny. That's too funny.
So
yeah, I completely admit this thing is attached to my hip.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly my point.
Yeah, but I'll admit it. I'm not gonna be one of those people that are like, oh, I can just put this thing down, no worries, and then I don't.
The thing is, I could probably tell myself that too, where I go, I could probably not use my phone for a day. No.
You just become too dependent on it. You just get so used to it.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what you become. You just become, like, it just becomes an extension of whatever you do all day.
Yeah. That's funny. Stop me if I go too long on this, but basically, I get really annoyed when people start like talking derogatively toward me about that, like, oh, you're on your phone so much, or oh, like technology this and technology that, and back in my day, and like
that annoys me too.
I'm like, you know what, dude? Like, we're not in your day, and I put my phone down when I'm at dinner with friends, but. Like, if I'm hanging out...
I would hope so, yes.
Yeah, but when I'm hanging out with a bunch of people and it's a group setting, and for one, I'm an introvert. I don't like to be around a lot of people. I'd rather spend a good, couple of hours with really good friends and connect with them than being at this party. So when I'm in those situations, I retreat into my phone.
And Josh, no worries.
And I agree.
Josh, no worries, my Mac is saying disk space remains for recording of 189 hours and 30 minutes.
Awesome.
You can just talk on.
So let's go ahead and talk about the hard thing that we got to talk about here. The little bit of drama that happened with a certain developer.
And no names here.
Okay, so someone needs to explain this to me.
Okay, so... And it's not going to be hard to tell who this is. So I'll just say it. It was a new developer named TweakWiz.
Okay.
And he kind of, I guess just a little bit of history on it, he kind of came out of nowhere in my mind. Like, all of a sudden, I just started seeing all these tweaks coming out of nowhere, and then I even had a new library that I had to install. It was WizLib, and I'm like,
hell is that?
What is this thing? And I think it's something that he uses to call from or something. I'm not even sure. Maybe you can
Okay.
mention why someone would use a library, but anyway, basically, he seems like an extremely talented developer, and
Yeah, he definitely does.
and he kind of maybe he has a little bit of an ego because of that, and his tweaks work on his devices, but then when somebody comes in and says, this isn't working, or this is lagging, or whatever.
I mean, I would
he
say
gets
that
really
he
defensive.
just can't take the criticism.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is. I think exactly that's what it is.
exactly. And so basically that's what happened. And a lot of people, I guess, like I've seen some screenshots of emails and stuff that he got like really nasty with people, and it's just not the way to go.
Wait, he was really that nasty about it?
I think so, man. And I'm not gonna say what he said or whatever. I don't even remember. But
That's fine. You don't have to say anything.
Yeah, I remember reading it and I was like, dude, And actually, to tell you the truth, in a thread about Byte SMS, this is what pissed me off. In a thread about Byte SMS, he mentioned that it would be a trivial task to write Byte SMS.
And that he's upset that they haven't done it already?
No, because he was gonna do it, and then. So anyway, I launched in this huge thing, and I commented a couple of paragraphs, and was like, "No, dude, it's not trivial. It's not very nice of you to say that either."
Yeah, no, of course
and
not.
So, and he ended up reaching out to me through PM and wanting to know about what were the best features of Byte SMS, because I think he's still going to try to make a new one.
Did he not know what it is?
That's the thing. He didn't. He never even used it.
So maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, and so there's a little ego there and stuff. And so anyway, TweakWiz, if you're listening to this, dude, just
Chill.
hire me as a PR guy, basically. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
So anyway, Will, I can kind of hand it off to you, because you did a great presentation at the last Jailbreak Con, and maybe you can go over some bullet points that you mentioned about customer service and stuff.
Yeah, so my presentation was done this past year at WWJC. The slides are actually available. I think I tweeted them out a while ago. They might actually be on the iPhone Dev Wiki. I'm not sure.
We'll definitely need to put that in the show notes for sure.
Yeah. It'll be on the website.
Yep.
But anyway, so one thing that he needs to understand is that people aren't as knowledgeable as he wants them to think they are. So, for example, me personally, I don't think every person I give my tweak to, or people who use my tweak, I don't think they know how to use it as I know how to use it, because I built it, right? Mm-hmm. So you have to assume that the person doesn't know how to use it to talk to them. And you can't really say that, this is not compatible, or it must be a tweak conflict, mm-hmm. and then not help them at all. That's something you need to focus on, because you need to be able to talk to these people without putting them down.
Exactly.
And you need to step the, if someone asks, why is this not working? It worked the other day, or I did this, or everyone has this problem, or I don't have this, or it's just a regular bug report. Don't just ignore it and leave it in your mailbox. You have to answer, because that's what makes a good customer service. That's what makes someone wants to come back to you, and buy your products, as opposed to going to a pirate repo and pirating it, right? Because they don't feel like they're getting anything else out of it. They feel like, I got this software, and the person who runs the software is a total asshole. You don't want that. Yeah. So you want to provide people with more information that helps them solve the problem. You go, this doesn't work. What tweaks do you have installed? And run it through with them. Don't just put them off and go. I don't know exactly what he did. I hadn't read any of the screenshots, mm-hmm. But maybe Josh, you can help me out. What did he say at all? Do you know anything specifically? Or?
Well, I think I kind of covered it a minute ago. But basically, he was just saying it works on my device. and
Right.
not really being helpful, and then taking offense to it when it's like, dude, you're making something for the public. Like, you need to
you
like,
need to take your responsibility for it.
Yeah. So it does sometimes come down to it where a very common thing to sell the customer or the consumer is it works on X device, right? It works on my device. It works on the test devices I used. It works on whatever. That is something that comes up very frequently even in my job where I go, well, it works on mine. What did I do wrong or what's going on? But when that situation comes up, you can't just ignore it because there's obviously something wrong. They're not lying to you. Yeah. They're not going to say, oh, this is broken, but it's not really broken, just to see what you'd say. No one's going to do that. There's obviously something wrong. So you want to help this person out as much as you can without actually... You don't want to put them down is the big thing. You want to make sure that you're available to answer emails. One time I was driving to my house in Pennsylvania, and I had to pull over to the side of the road because I was like, I need to answer this guy because I need to help him out.
Putting the work in, man. Hats off to Will.
Because he wanted a working copy of Boxy Beta, but for some reason he couldn't install the one on the repo or whatever it was. So I stopped over on the side of the road, went to McDonald's, opened up the free Wi-Fi, and then emailed him the dev copy, and then kept going. I was like, yeah. So, people don't have to be as extreme as I am. I love when people are like, oh, this developer's nice or whatever. It's just the little things that help, right? So I go through our Jailbreak, and I search Boxy 2 every so often. And I will answer people's questions. If you go on our Jailbreak and type in Boxy 2, maybe you'd find one or two comments about it that are not replied by me.
Yeah.
Most of them...
I've tagged you a couple times whenever I'll see it. I'll be like,
yes, you have.
Tag you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Josh, my PR manager.
I mean, Josh is just everyone's PR manager right now.
Yeah. So, as a developer, you want to put yourself out there. You want to answer bug reports. You want to be generally, you just want to be available, and you don't ever want to put the person who's buying your products down. That's the last thing you want to do. And, if he's a new developer, that's something he's going to have to learn.
Yeah.
Some people never learn it, but,
Yeah. And,
I digress.
I want to add one more thing. So, we're not picking on you, Tweakwiz. This is definitely a problem with a lot of other people. Like, there's been different levels of this happening. Like, I've seen...
It's happened several times. It's not just him.
And, for instance, I mean, I'll just call them out on it. Hashbang, great developers, don't get me wrong, but I feel like every single time I send them a crash report, I get just a little canned reply from iAdmin, and he just...
Wait, what? Do you really?
Yeah, I just get, oh, this is a known issue, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, don't get me wrong, like, they're busy guys, and they have a lot of work going on. In fact, they have Type Status Plus happening, and it's so amazing that they're able to do what they're doing. They've recently just brought on Ben Rosen, and he's...
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and he's doing a lot of work for them. But, it's like, even they can kind of... just write me a personalized thing. Doesn't have to be. You don't have to tell me your life story in the reply, but just be like, "Hey, Josh, thanks for the bug report," and that means so much.
I do not. Every single email is a new email. With me, I write back specific stuff to people. I write back whatever.
Yeah,
it's always new.
I mean, we can all type 100 words a minute minimum, all of us. So it's not going to take you much more than a minute or two.
Oh no.
So anyway. I am also digressing.
Yes.
So, we could probably move on from that, and sorry if we offended you, Tweakwiz.
Yeah,
don't get mad at
no,
us.
Tweakwiz, I'm going to put this out there right now. If you need some advice, I'm here for you. You can watch my lecture on the
Jailbreak
Cons YouTube website,
yep.
YouTube channel.
And it will be on our show notes, and hopefully maybe we'll even embed the video in the post or something. We'll figure it out.
Well, yes.
But anyway...
Tweakwiz, you're the man. Deal with it.
And please make Byte SMS, but do it right.
Yes.
Anyway, so this is not quite Jailbreak related, but supposedly the iPhone 7 is not going to have a headphone jack. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, how do I feel about not having a headphone jack? Well, the biggest complaint is, I can't charge my phone and listen to the music at the same time. So
Can you? Not?
no
Adapter.
You can't. Unless you use Bluetooth, but who wants to carry around a Bluetooth headset all the time?
I mean, I'm actually in like really good place with this whole thing because all my things are Bluetooth. I have like the BlueBuds X headset, Bluetooth. Like, yeah, I never
Nice.
use any other headphones than those, so I
Really?
don't mind this thing. I actually kind of want to see it happen because that would like move the industry forward and like push
Yeah.
things forward.
Okay, I mean, I have a Bluetooth Bose headset, but the battery doesn't last that long. And I think I would rather have you get better sound quality almost always through the headphone jack or
Yep.
digital, however they're going to do it.
Yeah, well, but the thing I'm thinking is that what if it's like Jamie mentioned, an adapter. So my
mean-
guess is we're going to see lightning cable headphones.
I mean, we're also gonna see like a proprietary, like lightning to 3.5mm
It's gonna
headphone
be like $80
jack,
bucks.
like adapter from Apple, going for like my guess is $30 to $40.
I think that we're going to see a lot of new hardware coming out where it's going to be just a pair of headphones, but instead of plugging it into the headphone jack, you're going to plug it into your lightning.
Yeah,
Dang.
I think
Yes, but-
Philips already makes a pair of those.
That's so cool. I love that.
Yeah, but I still think that
The charging
I'm
thing.
not. I'm gonna want to charge. Yes,
But what
to
if they come up with a solution for that, where it's going to be a split cable? You know,
I mean,
yeah, you're going to have to buy
that's
it, but
useless. That's like
It's gonna be
another
like $80
$40 adapter.
he's not wrong. Exactly.
yeah.
And you know, Apple like owns the rights to Lightning, so every pair of headphones you have on the market will be even more expensive because like they have to pay royalties to Apple so that they can use the Lightning port.
So I'm pretty happy with it. I don't mind it. It's going to be a little annoying, but you know,
I
time
mean,
goes on.
all my audio needs are wireless. Like I mentioned, my Bluetooth headset, and also like I cast audio through Chromecast to my home audio setup. So I have no need for the headphone jack. I haven't probably like used it for a month, so I'd actually like to see it go. Something new.
Yeah, I haven't used it for probably longer than that.
Used what? I'm sorry, I missed it.
The
The
headphone
headphone
jack.
jack?
Wait, really? You haven't used it in like a month?
Or
Nope.
more. I
Damn,
haven't-
you're right.
I mean, really, if you think about it, when's the last time you actually plugged something into
Well,
there?
Unless I'm moving, like unless I'm going to work or something. But even then, like I don't store any music on my actual device.
Mhm.
It's all. I have a point here. Hang on. It's all on the cloud, so it all requires data, but data costs money.
I mean,
Yeah.
So
I have like I pay about $20 a month for my data plan, and I get 50 gigs of 50 gigs of
How many
unlimited
gigs?
LTE. So data is no issue for me.
yeah. Sorry, how much do you pay for data?
Okay, so I have my data plan, which is $20 a month, 20, and I get like 50 gigs of unlimited LTE data at full speed and unlimited calls and texts.
50
Yes.
gigs.
Okay, 50.
Get out of here. I pay $109 and I get 6 gigs.
That's where I'm at. Thanks, America.
Sucks
Yeah,
for
the land
you.
of the land of the free.
I mean, the data is just like crazy cheap in here.
I think I'm going to move to Finland.
Can I get some? Can
Can
you
I
swing me some Finland data?
Can I sleep on your
I
couch?
can I can come to America and like deal Finland data.
For real, deal like Finland SIM cards or something.
Oh man, these technical.
Why is it
difficulties are
doing
killing
that?
us. I don't know. It's probably something horrible. It's Skype. Honestly, Skype just sucks. All right, well we'll just try to get through it. So
Yeah, we got this.
So we actually probably should have just mentioned this when we were talking about TweakWiz, but his new tweak looks really cool. It's called Gritty.
Yeah,
That
it
does look
looks
cool.
promising.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's basically like there was one before. I forgot what it was called now.
Grid
It was,
switcher.
Grid switcher, and this looks way better. Way better.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. I really like the pinch and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. I don't think I would actually use it. I'm not a big fan of like obvious features, but I don't know. Like I don't know. I like very subtle changes to my device.
Yeah.
That's
how
me.
all your tweaks are. Except for Boxy,
Yes.
of course.
Except for boxing, yes.
So.
But even that's a little subtle, right? So it doesn't even...
By the way, do you plan on updating Return?
Yes, I actually updated it the other day. I just never actually pushed it because I think there's a bug somewhere that I haven't fixed.
All right, well, I'll help you figure that out. You know me.
Yeah. I just have to figure out what to do. It's not going to be that hard to do, but we'll figure it out.
For sure. So, let's see here. Let's try to move through this so we can get through the technical difficulties, and maybe we'll even come in on under an hour here, guys.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be a first.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys started cutting out, so I was like, do I keep talking about Return? I don't know.
I think it's just keep talking, and we'll just figure it out. And
That's what I was trying to do. I was
do
like,
some editing magic.
yeah, I was like, so I kept losing my train of thought. I was like, I don't know what I'm talking about.
So, this is not related to jailbreaking either, but it's Apple, so I'll mention it. I just got the Apple Smart Battery case, and it is unapologetically pregnant. But I don't mind. It feels really nice in my hand. The little pregnant back piece is kind of like a nice little ergonomic addition. I love it. And a lot of people are saying it's very un-Apple, but you know what? I don't think so. I think it's very Apple. And especially the way it works. So I'm kind of a battery case.
Hey, okay, I love
here.
the way it looks.
I love it.
I've been telling every single battery company in my mind that, not actually out loud, but in my mind, that their cases look absolute garbage.
They
Loafy.
do.
Terrible looking.
There's one.
Okay?
There's
I don't
one
need
that looks really good, and it's like a thin battery case. I forgot the brand.
Okay, I don't need
Like the Mophie
like,
Juice Pack
a
Air.
jetpack on the back of my phone. Right? I don't need 18 pieces to attach my case. Okay?
Yeah. Exactly.
Apple freaking killed it. Okay? And then once one person said that it looked terrible, everyone jumped on the bandwagon for views.
Yep.
That's what happened.
Yep.
Okay?
That's what
Everyone
happened.
was like, oh, this person thinks it looks like shit?
Okay,
I'm supposed
I
to make it
think
look
we
like
can
shit, too.
capitalize on this Apple battery case. Let's make a video complaining about it.
I think I want to make a video and not complain about it.
I agree. I think it looks so good.
So, yeah, I like it. But anyway, so aside from the looks, the functionality is so there. Okay, so
Except for the LED on the inside of the case, like right next to the back of the phone.
I don't mind it. It's fine.
Wait, what? What happened?
Like there's this LED on the inside of the case for some reason.
That's to show when it's charging. But
what do I care if it's on the inside?
Okay.
It's going to be charging when it's not plugged into my device anyway.
Okay, there's a reason for it being on the inside. It's because they didn't want it. I think it would be very un-Apple to have it on the outside. Because why have it on the outside when you can just when you plug this in with a lightning cable? By the way, you plug it in with a lightning cable, and you can swipe down on your notification center, and the batteries widget will always display now with this case plugged in.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And you can see it charging. It has a little lightning bolt right next to the battery icon, and you have the percentage of your phone and the battery right there in the NC. And I think that is one of the best features.
I mean, that is the pro of like first-party devices. I mean, the integration is just on the next level.
Yeah, and I can plug in with my lightning cable, and both things charge at once, even though the phone gets priority. I found when my phone is really low and under 20%, the case won't start charging until the phone gets above 60.
That's because of the handshake it does between the case and the phone. That's really the only reason why.
And you know what? And I'm just gonna say it just works.
Thank you.
It just works. I don't need to switch on some stupid thing. I've had multiple battery cases before. I lost the bottom to one of them. I'm like, where did that bottom go? I have no idea. I can't use this anymore. It's useless. So,
yeah.
Anyway, It is unapologetically pregnant and awesome. I bought one, and I would probably buy another.
I
Back
want one
up.
now.
So, you guys have anything else you want to talk about before we move on to the rest of the listener questions at all, or?
No,
let me
I
just
don't
check
think
our
I have
list.
anything on my mind.
NightShift. Oh, I just updated my iPhone 6 to 9.3 beta while we were on the podcast.
Oh
by
man,
the way.
that's so hardcore.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Love it.
Where is the option for? Where is it? Under General?
No, under like
Display and brightness.
Display, yeah.
Blue light reduction. Here we are. Okay. Looks absolutely no different from Flux. Just so you know.
Yep.
Supposedly it's a couple shades lighter or
Nope.
something.
Nope. They're wrong.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, can your eyes really tell? You know, like,
mine can't.
Mine
like,
can't.
There was no difference.
They're
for me.
like, oh, it makes the green look more yellow. Obviously.
No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah.
yeah, like I
Right,
said,
so-
you know what? As long as it helps me sleep, I don't care.
Exactly.
So, cool. Well, all right. So I think we can move on to some of the questions, and I think we kind of already covered them. But you know, one guy asked, "Where are we on the jailbreak?" We don't know. Sorry.
What
We're
was
not-
that? Wait, I have where? Okay, what was your first inspiration to start JailCast? That's the first question.
That was the first one I copied over. Yeah. So you can answer that one, Jamie.
Okay, so I just had this crazy idea after listening to like my favorite podcast, The Bucket Now Daily. Shout out to them. I just felt like I really wanted to be a creator of something, and I was really like into the Jailbreak community back then, and so am I still today. But I was like, I think I could combine these things somehow, and I had like quite a bit of general know-how in jailbreaking, and I just like, yeah, I made a post on Reddit and asked if anyone would like to join me on the podcast. It got quite a lot of recognition, and Josh just like came out to me and said, yeah, I'd love to be on the podcast, and I've, been friends with him ever since, and yeah, that's how I got started with JailCast.
Nice.
Nice.
Love it.
And then like
Yeah, I mean,
things started to grow,
JailCast.
and we got
Yeah.
a couple more people on board, and yeah, here we are.
Yeah, man, it's pretty cool, and so probably a similar thing of why you wanted to reboot it as well,
Yeah.
right? You're kind of like, let's do this.
I got
Well,
back
that's
to
the thing,
the
right?
iPhone jailbreak thing, and I was like, yeah, I used to have this like really fun and cool thing. What about doing it again?
Yep.
Well, you know what? I did this for a slight bit with Josh after he interviewed me for his podcast. I was like, I'm going to do this forever. This is fantastic.
Yeah, we had a great time.
I love talking about jailbreak stuff. It's
Yeah.
so great. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to follow the jailbreak scene very closely recently, only because of work. But now that I'm getting back into it, I feel like it's great, and I'm very happy that you guys started it back up. And I'm very happy that I was able to join back in.
Yeah, we are too. I think you basically completely built our site by yourself, so
I
Thanks
did,
for
Thank
that.
you.
but still,
thank you very much. We are
no problem.
forever
I think
indebted to you.
I did a lot of the back end stuff for this.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and
but-
you're our web admin.
yeah. But, I'm glad the website's still a work in progress, but it's there. It's functional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People can sign up, and we can post articles. In
looks
fact, this
amazing.
podcast is going to be on the podcast section of our website relatively soon.
Yep.
Yeah,
Uh,
when I get this
Jamie, you
thing
just got to
edited.
make sure. You just got to make sure that when you upload it, you go to podcast when you upload.
Yeah, podcast. I'm actually
Not-
on the site right now exploring.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll explain it to you because my site uses the same thing. But anyway, moving on.
Nice. So let's see. So yeah, somebody asked if there's a jailbreak. No, we don't know. Inspiration.
No
covered
idea.
that.
Where do you get
Still
these
no
questions from, by
insider
the way?
information,
Other than
sadly.
the Google
Sor-
Doc.
Sorry, we made a post on Reddit. I made a
Oh, we
post
did?
on Reddit. It's actually one of the top posts right now, so you can check it out.
On our jailbreak or on our jailcast?
Our jailbreak, yeah.
Okay, our jailbreak.
But it might be a good
Oh.
idea to just link this to the JailCast subreddit too.
Well, I think I'm gonna. Yeah, exactly.
So, and then another one they mentioned, which I think I'm not actually sure about, it says, is there any specific channel I can listen to on my Overcast app.
What's an Overcast
Yes!
app?
Yes! Yes, there is.
I don't know
Okay.
what that
No.
means.
Let me finish. So, for my website, I just recently set up an RSS feed for the podcasts, right?
Okay.
So that's how podcast apps get the information for the podcast.
Don't we have
Okay.
to have an Overcast specific RSS feed?
No, I think
I don't know,
isn't Overcast
here-
just like where you input your
I will
RSS
show you
feed
what it
and
looks
then you
like.
just can listen to your podcast that way?
So see this little feed right here?
Mm-hmm.
See, I sent it in the Skype chat. If you paste that into any podcasting app, it will load up every single podcast that we've ever released,
Okay.
and it will play them back for you as if any podcasting app. So, in fact, this is built into our website natively.
Okay, cool. So it would just say, like, jailcast.xyz/feed or something.
Yes, but we have to set. We need like a title, a icon, and whatnot. I could do that very easily.
Cool.
Here, I will show you where it is. Here is
Well, you could-
the.
We could set it all up later, but basically the question, or whenever you want, but the question is, or the answer is yes. You will have a specific
Yes.
channel on the Overcast app.
Yeah, I sent it to you in the what do you call it?
Skype
sent it to you
chat,
in the
Slack.
Yep.
So
Skype
many
sorry,
chat
guys.
services, all the chat services.
Yep, JailCast. I mean, you don't even have to ask what chat service we use. We use all of them.
Yep.
So, do you guys use a chat service? Yes.
We use all of them.
Which one? Which one?
Everyone.
Yes.
So
Anyway,
I guess that's like pretty much it. I feel like we could probably still just keep talking, but there's this weird thing where people don't like long podcasts for some reason.
I mean, I like the longer the better. I mean, if there's
I
like a
love the long
podcast that
ones.
only comes like around once a week, I mean, I just
I
love
listen
to
to them
listen
at
to it
work.
on many occasions.
Yeah.
agreed. I listen to them at work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I listen to them in like car rides, on doing laundry, on this and that, and
Yep.
so.
I mean, everywhere I go, I just like podcast.
Nice.
Yes, exactly.
And when I run out of podcasts, it's like some shitty music.
Oh yeah, so actually one thing I wanted to go through because our Jailbreak has made this thing where it's like different weekly threads or whatever, and so I guess on Saturdays there's a simple question Saturday.
Okay.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
Let me see. I'm just gonna scroll through and see.
Yeah.
if
See if there's any
anything.
questions in there we can answer.
Let's see.
I don't know.
I mean, the top question, is there any way to determine why my apps, Amazon, Facebook, Cydia, Chrome keep crashing without uninstalling each week one by one in testing? So, William, do you have any insight on this?
Let me pull up the question here. Okay, so it's our jailbreak, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and it's like
sticky
one of the
on the top.
stickies.
Simple questions. The first question is there an easy way to determine why my apps, blah, 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 keep crashing without installing? Yes, there is. It's absolutely horrible to do, but if you really have a technical knowledge, what you could do is you could run your phone, because it says here I get about 10 crashes. Okay, without addressing the resprings, to determine why certain apps crash, you could plug it into your Mac, or specifically anything with an Xcode installed.
I mean,
Open
can
up
you install
the-
Xcode on a PC?
No, but you can use a virtual
Yeah,
machine.
VMware.
Is my point. Yeah. So anyway, you can open up Organizer and look at the devices, and then you can see the syslog live.
Wow.
And then in there, once you open up an app, it'll crash and it'll throw the error right on the screen.
Wow.
You have to scroll back up to find it, but that's how I usually diagnose most of my tweaks crashing. Actually.
Oh,
That's
so
really cool.
yeah,
Maybe
we
we'll have
actually
to
got an
Try
answer.
to put together a tutorial for that or something.
Yeah, it's really nice.
That's cool.
I
so
love it.
the answer on the thing, it says no, unfortunately not, but the actual answer is yes, there is a way. It just takes a little bit of chops.
It's that Nick
Yeah,
dude.
you have to know what you're
What's
doing.
wrong?
And you have to know what you're looking for.
Mm.
I generally I just search for the word crash or terminating. Both of those are pretty good. They'll pretty much give you some clue of what's going on if you search those two.
Nice.
Okay, next question. I mean,
So-
we run out of our own questions, so let's hijack every other question.
Yeah.
Okay, I
We can answer
factory
one more
reset in a
question.
jailbroken device. My iPhone 6 Plus stuck an Apple logo. What should I do now?
Factory said he has to restore to 9.2.
Yep, 9.2.1. Yay.
Unless he has SSH access, he's kind of screwed.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, there's
Hitting the factory reset button is the number one go-to thing you don't do with a jailbroken device.
Yeah. Yeah. You do. Yeah. Unless he might not know what he means by factory reset. Like that he could have just unless he actually did hit like reset
Erase
all
all
content
content.
sessions or
Oh
whatever.
god,
Yeah.
no, that button. I mean,
That's
every
my point is,
jailbreak
yeah.
should just disable that button by default.
There's a way to do it.
I
with
mean,
some
I know,
tweaks and stuff,
I know,
yeah.
but every jailbreak should do it like that, out of the box.
Yeah.
Just remove the button.
Yeah, they should. Some of them actually did.
All right, guys, I have an idea. Okay, it's gonna be a tweak. I'm gonna call it jail safe, and it's gonna remove the functionality. of
Dude,
that button.
please make that. That would be so sweet. Do it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So-
Call it jail safe.
So hopefully he can fix that, and we'll try to plug our episode into these comments once we do that. Okay, so
I mean,
real
I
quick,
really want to touch on this third one by iDummyGamer, who asks,
All right,
is
we'll
there
answer-
any
we'll
way
answer
to
one more
filter
question.
search results?
she is super cool.
What?
By the way,
Who?
iDummy Gamer. She's super cool.
Okay.
How do you know her?
Okay, real quick, a little bit of history on her. She posted a thread a little while ago on the subreddit, and it's like I got all warm inside because she's so sweet, and she is a mother who wanted to look into jailbreaking to install mods for Minecraft for her kids.
Oh, that's great.
And she did all this research and was like got up to speed and is now posting and stuff. She pops up everywhere. We got to have her on the show.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
We must have her on the show.
Anyway, sorry, Jamie. What were you?
Okay,
were
so
answer a question.
this is something I've been talking about for a long while. So the question stands: is there a way to filter search results in Cydia to hide tweaks, etc., showing anything that hasn't been updated to 9.0.2? I mean, that's something
No.
I really want, but it's not possible, which sucks.
And
It's-
yeah.
Yeah, it's not possible because from what I remember is Sarek. It's not Sarek's issue. It's the repositories.
Yep.
Yes, because none of them are. There's no standard.
Yeah, yeah,
So-
and they all just kind of do whatever they want. Literally, Big Boss is one guy.
Is it?
It's not like it's it's not like it's a company. He doesn't have any employees. It's one guy. His name's Optimo, and he does an amazing job. But that's it. It's one guy, and it's not even his full-time job. So shout out to Optimo for giving
Being
us Big
awesome.
Boss, and he does his best. But this is the best we get. I think this is why we have this sub. You see things that are updated and. People put together lists of new things. Every time a new jailbreak is updated, there's this huge Google Doc that has, all this work done into it.
Exactly. Which tweaks are what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which tweaks are updated to where, and that's what that Google Doc is for. Exactly.
Yeah, and I actually can't find that Google Doc now, but it'll be back once people need it.
Okay,
Yes, it will.
and just one thing I want to touch on before we end. So, in the thread we posted, there's MTAC who asked, whatever happened to people being invited? Was the Slack chat ever made? And if it was, what is it? Because you said I can maybe guest speak, but never heard anything else. Thanks. But that's because, I get just bombarded with people who wanted to be on the show. I just had to cut it off somewhere so we don't have 50,000 members in the team. I mean, I'm sure we could have you sure I could come and PM you and, make something that you could be on the show some week, but I just got so many people who were wanting to be on the Slack team, but I just couldn't handle it anymore. But I'm sure we can organize something. You can be on the show.
Yeah.
If you really want to be on the show, we can figure it out. We'll work it out. No big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have room for a couple more. But my thing, somebody messaged me or something, and I kind of came back and I was like, well, tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, why should we add you? We've already added so many people. What are you going to bring to the table?
Yep. How many people do we have so far?
16.
I think there's like 16 in the
Are you kidding me?
No.
Yeah.
Damn.
No, we're not kidding.
I don't pay attention enough to Slack chat.
No worries, dude. You're doing the good work.
I do my best.
You are amazing. You're the crux of it all. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and answer the last question in this simple questions thing. It says, I downloaded Protean so I could get a notification in my status bar when I get a text, but it's not working. Well, that's because it's not updated to iOS 9.
Oh.
That's
Which
it.
one?
It's done. I want it bad. Don't get me wrong. Like, Elijah and Andrew, need to get on this because it was such a good tweak, but they haven't. So, there's that.
Oh, that's lame.
An alternative is Open Notifier, which you can get on tattoo.net. So it's tateu.net/repo. He is a unofficial Cydia developer. I don't think he's really released anything on Cydia, like on Big Boss or anything. And if he has, it's not paid because he just, I don't know. He kind of prefers to be in the background and just kind of do his own thing. He's a really cool guy. I think I've kind of asked him a couple questions here and there, and I offered for him to come on the show a while ago, and he, I think he was kind of too shy for it. So, but shout out to Tattoo because he's a really
He's
good
awesome.
dude. Yeah,
I've heard of him.
That's cool.
yeah, really, really cool guy, and he's, I think he's worked with like Angel X-Wind a couple of times on figuring out, some back end stuff, and he's just a general really good person to have in the community. So.
That's good to know.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. Anyway, so I think we're actually about 48 minutes here, closer to the hour than we thought we were going to be.
Yes.
I think this should be a good place to end the episode.
Cool. Well, that was the first episode of JailCast. I'm
Not the
Josh.
last.
Not the last. The first new episode,
Yeah.
that is. And I'm one of your hosts, Josh, and we have our founder, Jamie, and our web admin developer guru, William.
Yes.
So thanks for being on the show, guys.
Yeah, and thanks for listening.
No problem.
Even though I have this speaking issue, hole in my mouth hurts a lot thing. See you next time.
See you guys.
See you guys later.